Hello there. Wow. Perfect. Wonderful. Well done.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? The Nintendo Beast here, jumping back into Animal Crossing Wild World on the Nintendo DS. Got a lot of mail today. Let's see what we got. First of all, toss that. Toss. That one's from last week, so toss that. HRA. Mom. Okay. Red again is fabulous. Does that imply that? Oh, Derwin. Big Cheese John. Hey, May 25th is my birthday. I'm having a party with tons of food, and I hope you'll come by. I'm waiting, Derwin. I don't know who you are, Derwin. I would come to your house if I knew who you were or how to get to your house. What is this? Yo, Mom is writing me lots of letters lately. Is Crazy Red here right now? That would be stellar. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons right now. Dear God. Okay, wait. Okay, it's always the last button you press, right? Yes, Red is here today. Sweet. I think it is fabulous. Is that what I... Is that the password? What's inside is fabulous. Am I on the wrong day or something? Am I not in real time? That's how you spell fabulous, right? Okay. As I typed it out, it was like I was looking at it and I was like, wait a second, that doesn't look like a real word anymore. But it is. Okay. So what kind of art you got here today, Red? What kind of painting is this? Amazing painting. And I need more money anyway. It's crazy. Let me go check my museum to see if I need an amazing painting, because if I do, then I'm buying it and probably finding out that it's fake. Again, I don't even know if art can be fake in this game. I don't think we've established that yet. And I guess it really wouldn't work anymore with like New Horizons and like online capability and stuff like that. I guess it wouldn't really work anymore. But I do think it would be cool, or it would have been cool in previous Animal Crossing games if in fact it might still be cool. I feel like they could do it. They could figure out a way to make art more valuable, make it so that there's only one legitimate piece of artwork per town or per island. And by that I mean like there's enough for, you know, each player. So like for example, right now this save file only has one player on it, right? Like Domaberg in Wild World here only has one player. It's just me. So that would mean that at any given time, there's only one legitimate, say, amazing painting available, right? And there's one of each. So like I could go through and collect them all. But if I sell the original painting, maybe like if I sell it, then it re-enters the cycle and it might show up again. But if I donate it to the museum, then I'll never see the amazing painting out in the wild for sale ever again. I think that makes sense, and that would be cool. And then all the rest would be fake. And that also kind of takes away from, like, then you don't have, like, Nookazon, people selling artwork. Because I feel like that takes away from the fun of the game, too. Like, it's impressive. At one point, it was impressive to have, like, your entire art exhibit filled, right? We do need that painting. But now it's not, because, like, you can... I mean, even with time traveling, like, it's technically cheating, but not that bad. Whereas like if you just go on, you can go on Nookazon and spend a bunch of Nook Miles tickets and pretty much fill your entire museum with art and fossils. And I find that to be kind of lame. I don't like that. Time traveling is a kind of a different thing, because like even if you find a day that, you know, Crazy Red shows up or Nook has art in stock on GameCube or whatever, there's no guarantee A, it's going to be real, or B, it's going to be something that you need. But yeah, I think it would be cool, like, if every time, rather than being like, oh, there's art for sale, is it something that I've already bought 4 times, or is it fake, or is it whatever? Like I don't mind the fake aspect of it, but like less fakes and more exclusivity to the actual paintings that are like, or the actual artwork. I think that would be cool. And so like when you see artwork for sale, it's like, oh, do I already have it? Oh, I do. Then it must be fake. In a lot of these Animal Crossing games, it's not like that. In a lot of these Animal Crossing games, it's like, oh, it can be both. Like, they're not mutually exclusive. It can be legit, but it can also already be in my museum. And like that is stupid in my mind. Like, it's frustrating to be like, oh yeah, you could just get in. Technically, if you tried hard enough, you could just get infinite numbers of just like the same legitimate painting, and that's dumb. I think they should do something about that with the algorithm. And then and again, it makes those pieces of artwork more valuable in game. So like even if like a Nookazon does exist, when somebody is selling a legitimate piece of artwork, it's implying that they're selling their opportunity to complete their museum. And like for some people, obviously that doesn't matter. Some people, that's just like not their play style, completing the museum and stuff like that. But like there's like a legitimate sacrifice involved with selling that legitimate art piece. The same way there is in real life. Like if you sell a piece of art, or if you sell something that you own that's a one-of-a-kind thing, you don't have it anymore. You know what I mean? Like in this game, in New Horizons, for example, it's like you sell that and it's like, I can find another one. I have 10 more in my storage right now that are all legit. And it's like, that's dumb. I don't like that. Even if there was limited supplies of like just miscellaneous items too, that could be kind of cool. Like for example, like in City Folk, there are certain items like the Master Sword and like other Nintendo property things. It would be cool if like any one save file could only ever find one Master Sword, for example, right? Because that makes sense within like the lore. So like it would be cool if I could, like, if I sold my Master Sword that I came across, I would never see another Master Sword. Unless I sold it to, like, Tom Nook, and then, you know, that would reintroduce that one of one into the ecosystem. But, I don't know. I think item exclusivity, especially when it comes to artwork. If nowhere else, item exclusivity in artwork. Fossils I want to say the same thing about, but like not really, because I mean, you know, you can dig around and find the same fossil, not the same exact fossil. It's not like it's like a painting where it's like one of one, right? Legitimately one of one. Maybe there are fakes, but to have that original, that genuine painting or sculpture, it's, you know, it is one of one. So if the game treated it like that, I think that would benefit everybody. And again, it would just add that fun extra metric to it. So like, I think, because that was one of the things, like when I was a kid, when I was playing Animal Crossing City Folk, the thing was like, if you like look at fish, right? Fish and bugs are still rare commodities because you can't just trade them. You can't just catch a bunch of them and then sell them on Nookazon. And if you don't want to catch one, you can just, you know, go on Nookazon and buy one. That's still not how it works. They already have this in place for fish and bugs, where it's not like an exclusivity thing. Like in theory, you can catch endless coelacanth or endless arapaima, but in order to do so, you still have to play the game, and like, there's no cheating with it. I mean, there's mods and stuff like that, but like, there's no cheating. Like, if you're just playing the game, there's no way to buy that off of somebody. Like, you have to go out and catch all those, which means if you have a bunch of them, it means that you really grinded and got it done and got those fish or those bugs. And like, when I was a kid, it was very much like, if you caught a coelacanth, for example, right, and you accidentally let it go, or it was like, you caught this rare bug and you need the money, you really want to sell it, but you know that you also, like, the first one goes to the museum. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, first one goes to the museum, and then you sell the rest that you ever catch, right? That doesn't exist with artwork. There's no point. I mean, there is, but there's not. Like, you could always just replace it. And the same thing, and you can always replace fish too, but like, it's just not the same. I don't know. I guess that's where the exclusivity would come in, because it's like, oh man, I really need the money, but I'm not going to sell this piece of artwork because I really need it for the museum. And if I sell this to some random schmo online, well, guess what? Now I'm never completing my museum. And there's no way around that. Or, I wouldn't even be opposed to this. This actually, like, this would be, like, the one cool or, like, way to, like, implement NFTs in a game that I would absolutely not be mad about. Have, like, an assortment of items, right? Like, just some kind of assortment of items where there are, like, limited edition versions of them. And then have them as NFTs. But then at the same time, I feel like people would be spending real money. So I take that back. Never mind. Scrap the NFT model. I thought it was cool. Like, there would actually be like a blockchain, and it would actually be like, there's one of these items. Like, there's one Master Sword, for example, right? In all of Animal Crossing New Horizons, or Animal Crossing next in line, Animal Crossing 6, whenever it comes out. Like, there's one Master Sword, and somebody owns it, but it's on the blockchain, right? And that there's a transaction record of all of those, of where the Master Sword goes, right? Between people. And that wouldn't be the only item, obviously, like that, but then again, like, then you have people who are going to be, scamming each other and being like, Master Sword, I own the Master Sword! And, like, either scamming people when they don't actually own said NFT item, whatever, or just straight up having it and then spending real money, and that kind of, yeah, never mind. I take that back. I take everything I just said back because that's lame. The idea is cool, but I don't like the idea of spending real money in video games. I like the idea of buying a video game and then having fun and not having to break out my wallet or crack into my checking account every time I want something new in the game. That's freaking lame. Now that I'm thinking about that and cracking open my wallet every single time I want to expand the game, it kind of brings me to think to myself, like, what if the next Animal Crossing released and it was like a games as service kind of model, right? So it's like subscription based. There are seasons to it, not like, winter, fall, spring, summer, but like seasons in the sense of like, oh, season 1 of the new Animal Crossing is here, and it's like all the holidays roll out season 1, season 2 they roll out new items in the new area, season 3 they roll out, I don't know what they would roll out, but I don't know how I would feel about that. Let me know in the comment section below how you think you would feel about it. Like, I'm never a fan of, like, the idea of, I'm never a fan of two things. I'm never a fan of a game, like, Animal Crossing is what it is, and it's as great as it is, because right now I'm playing a game that's, like, 20 years old. This game is, like, almost 20 years old, And I can still play it because it was a game developed correctly, and it was a game that was developed that did not rely entirely on internet connectivity, and thereby requiring some kind of server to be up in order to play, right? And I'm just really not a fan of any game that releases that is entirely either online multiplayer entirely, or even the single player mode requires some kind of internet connectivity to connect to a server. I hate that with a passion, because that means 5-10 years from now, that game is just gone. That game is lost. So, like, have fun with it while you can, but I don't like the idea of an art form that is fleeting. It's, like, a lot of pressure. Not only a lot of pressure, but it's also, like, its peak is here when it releases, or maybe it has a slow release and it builds and its peak is here, and then it starts to... But the point is, there's always a decline, right? There's always a decline, and when it's at that peak, that's like, ooh, this is the best you can get, right? This is the best of this game, and then it starts declining. And then once it starts declining, the game is just never quite the same. It's never quite as fun, and then at some point, the player base gets so small that it ceases to exist entirely, and I don't like that. Like, how many people have these incredible fond memories of, like, playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the original, right, on Xbox 360, and those ridiculous, insane, at times extremely offensive, lobbies on Xbox Live and whatever, and, like, and PlayStation Network on PS3 and all that good stuff. Like, how many people have incredible fond memories, and then it's like, yeah, I wish I could go back to that time. But you can't, because the servers aren't there anymore, and the games have been long, unsupported, and they remastered, and they came out with these new, but, like, it's not the same as it was, and it never will be the same as it was. Meanwhile, you have a game like Animal Crossing, any one of the Animal Crossing games, and spoiler alert, you boot up the Animal Crossing game that you played when you were a kid, and it is the exact same as it was when you were a kid. With, like, yeah, there's not internet connectivity anymore, but, like, 90% of the game is still exactly as it was. If the Fortnite servers, when I won't even say if, because it's an imminent thing. Like, Fortnite is big right now, right? But at some point it won't be as big, and it'll start to diminish. And then at some point those servers will go offline, even if it's 50 years from now, right? Even if they can maintain popularity for 50 years by some means, which would be incredible. I'm not a Fortnite guy, but, like, that would be incredible. That would be one of the biggest video game achievements of all time, probably. But at some point, that server is going to go down, and, like, people who play Fortnite religiously and love it and have a lot of fun with it, at some point, you're not going to be able to play Fortnite anymore. And right now, that's not really something that you have to think about for the immediate future. And, like, maybe you'll be an adult and no longer play video games, or maybe you like, no longer be interested in Fortnite anymore by that point. But, like, the reality is that game is going to go away at some point. That is just a fact of life, because it is server-based. And there is, to my knowledge, I mean, I think there's, like, a single-player version of Fortnite, but, like, I don't think anybody plays that. But yeah, it's that's what it is. And even games like, I mean, Ghost Recon Future Soldier was a game on 360 that I loved, right? And I still love it. I just played again recently. Multiplayer is obviously down, and that's fine. A game that has both single player and multiplayer, and the multiplayer eventually goes away, it sucks, but that's life, you know what I mean? It is what it is, it's gonna happen. And I'm not saying, like, oh, we need to stop having multiplayer games altogether, because that's not what I'm saying. But, like, I've purchased a game before. This is true story. I purchased a game at GameStop. It was 99 cents. I think it was called Battleborn, and maybe some of you know Battleborn. It was a game that I really, really wanted to play. Came out, like, maybe couple years before I picked up a copy. Walked into GameStop, saw it for 99 cents, a physical copy, right? And I'm like, oh, dope. I'll finally play this game. Having not followed it at all, just remembering when it released. I don't know, maybe 5 years prior. I'm not totally sure. But yeah, I got it home and I loaded it up, and there was a message that came up on my screen that said, "Thanks for playing, everybody. Battleborn is no longer online." And the game was just, I paid 99 cents, or like I think it was either 99 cents or like a buck 99, which was like suspicious in of itself, I guess, at GameStop. But the game was unplayable. It was like there's no game to it. There was a single player mode of Battleborn, I'm pretty sure, from the research I did afterwards. But like, there's no way to access it. They just shut the entire game down. It's like, well, this was fun. Bye. And so now it's just like everybody who paid. Some people, I'm sure, paid $60. And like, when you look at it, and when you look at the grand scheme of everything, that's not. Games are expensive, but like $60 for a game that's eventually going to close down is not that bad, because if you look at it, what does it cost to see a movie, right? If you go to, and I'm a big movie guy and I love the theatrical experience, so don't let this spoil this for you or anything, but like, when you see a movie, you're spending maybe like somewhere between 10 and 20 bucks, right? On average, I would say. You're spending about somewhere between 10 and 20 bucks for a single ticket to see a film that is probably between 1.5 to 3 hours long, depending. So, in 3 hours from now, you have the experience of seeing that movie, which is great, but then it's gone. Spending $60 on a game that lasts maybe 3 years, and allows you to play it, for 3 years, $60 for that is not bad in my mind. Paying any amount for a game and then coming home and finding out that it's no longer playable in any capacity, that's a different story as well, though. That's just a ripoff. So, thanks, GameStop. GameStop, I know for a fact, too, that GameStop still 100% sells these games. They still have physical copies of games that are no longer playable on their shelves for sale. And there is no disclaimer that says this game is unplayable. It's just like, oh, it's a deal. You're getting the game for 99 cents that you've actually heard of. You know what I mean? Like, they're tricking people into doing that. Like, so GameStop, stop. Stop GameStop. Hashtag stop GameStop. That's the new the slogan. They must be stopped. GameStop must be stopped in all capacities. Stop shilling Funko Pops. Stop shilling your garbage subscription services. All I want to do is buy a video game, and you barely carry those anymore. Just Pikachu plushies all day, every day. They must be stopped. And also, Game Informer, you screwed me over. Game Informer magazine, I used to get it every month, physical copies of it. Then it went digital, but they still had it, but they charged you a little bit more for the physical copy, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll pay an extra $5 a year for the physical version. That's fine. And then they just did away with it, and then they just straight up made it like, I think they might have reinstated the subscription plan, but I think they did away with the subscription plan for a while, and they just made it like, now you have to purchase individual copies at like face value, and I want to say it was like $10 an issue or something like that, which is like not astronomical, but when you just degrade your service like that, it's noticeable. If somebody was like straight up, and it wasn't GameStop, if literally anybody, right, had a magazine like Game Informer, and we're like, we're starting this new physical magazine, because they're cool, physical magazine about video games with editorials, reviews, all this stuff, right? And cost of living, cost of manufacturing is high right now. Yes, we got a new fossil for the museum, guys. Progress is being made today. Yes, we did it. But if anybody else was like to do that, and they're just coming out of nowhere and being like, this is what it is, and we're charging $10 per magazine, right? Maybe I wouldn't buy a magazine every month, but like, I would probably buy in and like, oh, maybe once a quarter I splurge and I buy the latest Game Informer magazine or something like that, right? But when you start here, right, and your value is like really, really high, and then you jack the price up for the same thing, and you're like, and it's like, okay, and it's GameStop of all things too, so like, I don't really support them as a company anyway, and then anymore, And then you're just like, no, we're going to completely decrease the value even further. You're still getting the same exact magazine that you've been getting for 10 years down here. Now you're paying an arm and a leg for the exact same thing in a way that is just like, why aren't you digital yet? Until you go fully digital, we're going to continue punishing you with physical prices because our physical readership is decreasing significantly, and we just want to, force the last couple of you out. When that's your business model and it becomes very evident by your business practices, it's, scummy. And that's when it's like, no, it's not worth it. Somebody could, like I said, somebody else could do the exact same thing, print the exact same magazine for $10 a month, and I'd be like, okay. But Game Informer doing it and the way they handled it and the way the service, the price has gone up astronomically and the product has stayed largely exactly the same. It is what it is. That's where the bad blood comes in, I guess. Anyway, all of that, and we just not completely ignored, but we did just make progress on our fossil wing, and we still have one more fossil to give. Alright, so we're 1 for 3, but that's not bad. We made progress today. Let me run in and we might be making some art wing progress today as well, which is pretty exciting. Also, what date is it? What's the date today? Yeah, I was gonna say this is 3 days ahead, and I never reset it. I want to say there were 3 fossils in here that were missing, and we just got one more. So there's this one right here. And I think this is dinosaur track here. I think this is the one we just... Oh, no, that's trilobite, sorry. Oh, wait. Or was it the trilobite that... Yeah, the trilobite was already there. Where's the dinosaur track? Is this a dinosaur track? That's poo. Is this a dinosaur track? Oh, no, that's an ammonite. Is this a dinosaur track? Shark tooth. This is like a... Yeah, I knew it had an X at the end. Alright, so there's still one more fossil in the front room there. Here's the dinosaur track, right? Yeah. Wait, so that was donated today. Are all these other ones complete? Oops. Just make sure. Yeah, that guy's complete. So then we need a head of whatever this thing is. What are you? Dimetrodon, maybe? Dimetrodon? Doug Dimmadome? Whatever. So yeah, we need one of those. So this back here, we need a head, and we need a single pedestal fossil. So yeah, we needed 3, now we need 2. Progress being made. Let me go sell these other 2 fossils that we didn't need today. Hopefully that adds up to the asking price of that artwork, and then maybe we can make some artwork progress today too. And then it's just a good day. Then it's just a good day here in Animal Crossing Wild World. So let me run up to good old Nookington's quick. But I don't know. Maybe I should start a magazine. Maybe I should start oh crap. Maybe I should start a gaming magazine. It'd be quarterly. As described. Probably would come out to like a good amount of money though. But I think if it's quarterly, like if you do a thick, so if it's I'm thinking like if it's like oh heck yeah, we have a deal. Asking somebody to pay like $10 a month, because like in order to get like the book, a thin magazine finished, right, or manufactured, probably cost a bit. So it would be like $10 a month. But I think it would be to make that thin book a thicker book. I feel like the additional cost would be minimal. So I feel like doing a thicker magazine, like a pretty thick magazine, once a quarter, for like a $25 price point, almost would make more sense than doing a thinner book for $10 every month. You know what I mean? I mean, if you think about that, though, then it would, I mean, you would only be saving $5 a month. But I don't know, something about spending $25 a quarter every 3 months. Oh, I feel like this is gonna be fake. But I feel like for some reason, just like the idea of spending $25 every 3 months sounds like a better deal than spending $10 every single month. Maybe it's just the way I'm wording it, but like it literally is only saving you $5 every quarter. But like, I don't know. All right, Blathers. So, you know, be on the lookout in case for some reason I decide to start a magazine at any point in the future. I feel like this is going to be fake. I'm going to be really pissed about it, but I feel like this is going to be fake. Okay, it's not fake. I don't think there are fake paintings in this game, quite frankly. Which is awesome. I love that. Because then City Folk comes along and every painting is fake. In this game, it's like 99% of paintings are legit. In City Folk, it's like 99% of paintings are fake. But there it is. Holy crap. We did it! So we made progress on the fossil wing in the museum, the painting wing. We're crushing it. We're making some serious progress in Animal Crossing Wild World over the past few weeks. I'm excited about that. So, yeah, I think that's where we'll sign off this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications for when I upload new video content. I upload new Nintendo-centric video content every single weekday, Monday through Friday of every single week. And then on Fridays, if you love Animal Crossing as much as I do, I upload 5 new Animal Crossing videos. 5 new Animal Crossing videos, with this one being one of them for this week. So there are 5 there are 5 main Animal Crossing games in the franchise, and therefore I have 5 ongoing Let's Play series, 1 Let's Play series for each game, and I upload 1 new video, 1 new episode for each of those Let's Play series every single Friday. So you don't want to miss out. That's my point. Also, smash the like button on this video and leave me a comment in the comment section below. But until next time, I am the Nintendo Beast. Thank you so much for watching.